Hiya, it's Kerry from Mobilates, and I'm here with you on a very hot Wednesday afternoon. Woo. So if you need a fan and you've got a fan, have it close by. I've got this fan, I've got an electric fan down here. Hopefully you can't hear it, but it's a warm one. And have a drink close by and just keep taking little sips, because your body is working harder than it usually does just from this extra heat. Just take it easy today. We're going to go nice and gentle. You can be standing, you can be seated, you can be on the edge of your bed, and we've got a mix of upright, seated or standing postures, and then we're going to go into lying on our side and a little bit on our back section today. So see how it feels for you. I've always got different adaptation suggestions. Oh, shall we get started? Hello, Irene. Hello, Jackie. Oh, well done for joining us today. I hope you're both coping okay with the heat. Right, let's start with a little bit of movement, a little bit of breath. Hands stacked on your chest, circling. Breathing in. This is a calming breath. It's a resting breath with a little bit of movement. Your belly can be soft. Breathe into your belly. Let it swell. Let it get bigger. And breathe out. Now I'm breathing out through my mouth because I'm going to try and slow everything down. In through my nose. Out through my mouth. Change directions. In through your nose. And this time out through your nose. Still feeling your belly move in and out. Breathing in, let it swell. And breathing out. And then let your arms come down. Maybe a little swing. We can go for a swing forwards and backwards. And then pay attention to our feet. So I'm bringing them into, see if I turn my foot and then straighten it up. That sort of distance. If you're seated, it's about 2 fists apart between your knees. And they're about parallel. We can give our toes a little wake up. You can just about see my toes at the bottom coming up and down. And then grow tall. Imagine someone's just pulled one hair on the very top of your head. If you're seated, rest your hands on your chest. If you're standing, just let your arms hang by the sides like ribbons, really nice and loose. And then we're going to lean forward. The body stays straight. And then lean back just a little. Feel your weight shifting either on your feet or on the base of your sitting bones, the bumpy bits of your bottom. And we've got this forwards and backwards. It's always slightly sinister. And then we're going to take it diagonally. And then the other diagonal. And now in a circle. Keep your body straight. So I'm going one way at the moment. I'm going to change directions in a second. I'll show you the seated option just in case you're not sure. Change directions. So the lower body stays still if you're seated. It's the upper body, but still upright. Let the arms relax as much as they can. There's some tension here, just holding you up. Come back to the center. If you're seated, take your hands to the end of your knees. If you're standing, place your arms downwards, and so your palms are resting on your thighs with long arms. Take a breath in. And this time into your chest and ribs. This is an active breath because we're going to move our bodies. So fill this area up. And as you breathe out, pull your belly back from your t-shirt. So my t-shirt's here. I'm pulling it away towards the back. You might feel your waistband just push towards the back of your chair, and then bring yourself back to where you were. So I'm a little bit more upright. You could even come forwards and have an arch back. I'll show you the standing version in a second. Breath in, fill your ribs and chest. Breathing out, pull the belly back. If you're standing, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And you can see the only bit that changes here is the back. There's a little bit chaining at the front, but you can't see it because it's quite a baggy top with lots of sort of creases and folds. But you can see that back bit just go from a slight curve inwards to almost a straight line. Last one. Well done. Right, now tap the back of your head. Take your head back. Feel like your whole body is just now leaning against a wall. Even let your weight tip into your heels. If you're seated, same thing applies. You might even be right at the back of your chair, leaning against your chair, and then just come forwards a little so the weight shifts either between your front and back of your feet or your sitting bones and your legs. You want to be right up on the sitting bones. Right, now we're going to take our head for a turn. And then we're going to pick a side, look up and breathe in. And then skim your chest in a little semicircle. Don't let it collapse right down. And up to the other side, breathe in like you're looking up towards the sky. And then breathe out, let it skim round. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, skimming round. Breathe in, look up, last one. And breathe out, come back to the center. We're just going to nod our heads up and down. It's like your nose drawing a vertical line up and down. And the back of your neck stays long. So what do I mean by long? I mean this doesn't happen. Oh, that didn't feel very nice. So just keep that long neck. That's it. You feel like you're being stretched a little. And then a little side to side. So we've done yes and no. And in the center, shoulders, small circles. And you could take one at a time, both at a time, but every now and again, go the other way. That's it. And now coming down back to the feet again. Let's wake them up. They've been stood a little while. Let's give the toes a wriggle again. See if you can lift your toes up and fan them out. I find my little toe goes way over the rest of the toes. They're not sure what to do. And then place them all down. We're going to bring our heels up. You might want to touch something at the side, but if you don't, or if you can manage one arm, we're going to sort of fly like a bird. So breath in, active breath up in the chest, and then down. Not going as high as I can. So I'd like to go a little lower in the heel raise. And then down. Taking it nice and slow, breathing in, up and down. And last one, up and down. And then take your legs wider. Your feet are pointing outwards. If you're standing, just sink yourself down, your body weight down, just so your knees bend over in the direction of your toes, just a little. If you're sitting, your knees will already be bent. And then we're going to push a hand across. And then the other way. Different places. And feel the pull. You might feel it. I can feel my top sort of being pulled this way. And that's exactly the areas that we're working as we're reaching over a little bit round. A little bit of a twist. But it's small. We're moving it around in different places. Last one. And then bring your feet in. And this time elbows in and just the arms and the hands, drawing an infinity sign. You could challenge yourself by bringing your legs completely together and squeeze them together. You could even actually have the heels together and the toes out. That's quite nice. Same if you're seated. But now let's take our legs back to that parallel position and open your arms out a little bigger if that's comfortable for you. So you're drawing a bigger shape. And now we can send our bottom back and then we can lean our chest upwards. I'll show you from the side. I'll show you from the seat. And last one. And then I'd like you to swing one arm forwards, one back. Now, if you're in the chair, just watch the sides of your chair. I don't want you to crash your arms into the chair. So just reaching, and as you reach forwards, there's a thumb up and a thumb down, and your body is upright. So just getting that whether you're standing or sitting. And then we're going to leave the arms like that, and we're going to take the opposite foot back. So if I've got my right arm forwards, the same side, the right foot goes back. And if you're seated, I want you to just lean forwards a little and then come back. Lean forwards. I want you to feel a little bit of a pull on your bottom as you do that. You don't need to go very low. Now, if you're standing, you've done this. Now we're going to take one forwards, one back. So my right arm forwards, right leg is back. Now that's my weight sort of split between the two. You can just see my heel off the ground. Now I'd like just to sink down, send your bottom back a little. And you can swing your arms in this position as well. And if you're seated, you could hold the position and swing your arms too. And then come to upright. Other side. So swap the legs around. Left leg back I've got. Left arm forwards. And we can send the bottom back a little. You'll be hinging forwards. If you're seated, you can see my front leg is bent. My back leg sort of extends and then bends. And then we're going to hold it with the bottom back. So hold it. It's a bit like we're sprinting, but it's very slow motion. Feeling a little pull just at the back. And the arms moving. And then come up to standing. Well done. Oh, that was, feel that one. Let's do a little side bend to sort of finish this section off. So let's take the legs a little wider, make this softer. Let's go for a teapot style side bend. So with this one, I really like to stroke my thumb up my side as I reach this arm out. So as I stroke my thumb up the side, that reminds that side to open up. That's where the stretch comes. That's it. Breathe out as you go over and in as you come upright. Out as you go over. Couple more. And then give your body a little shake out. We're going down towards the floor, but let's have a drink. We're at the halfway point, or nearly halfway. For the next position, we're going to be lying down on our backs. You might want some cushions, and you might want them for lying on your side too. So change your position, take your time. There's never a rush when you're changing from one position to another, like standing to sitting, or into a lying down sort of position. Always take your time. Right, when we lie down on our backs, we're going to do a little bit of sort of steadying ourselves and back to that restorative breath. So we'll use our belly for a little bit. So lying down on your back, get your head comfortable. I like one small cushion, and that takes my eyes up towards the ceiling, lets my back ribs rest on the mat and my shoulders. And then your legs, we generally say bent legs because it tends to be more comfortable for your lower back. And you can experiment with taking your legs forwards just a bit more. It just lets the back of your bottom, your sacrum, so this area here, just settle down a little more. So I'll just let that settle. You can rest your hands on your low belly, on the floor. And remember, you could be doing this on your bed as well. Just pull the duvet back. Right, I'd like you to send your breath to your belly first. So let's have the belly swell under your hands if they're there. And then breathing out through your nose until you feel your belly just drop a little. Breathing in when you're ready. And out. And in. And out. So that's our calming breath, our belly breath. It sends signals of calm to the body through the vagus nerve, the wandering nerve that goes from the belly up to the cranial nerves in the brain. We can also use an active breath. An active breath is really when we're about to move. So an active breath for Pilates style movement tends to be all around your rib cage. I say chest, but it's not up here. It's all of your rib cage, not just up and down, but up, down, side, back, 360 degrees. So now place your hands to the sides of your ribs somewhere. Doesn't matter where, you'll feel it somewhere here. It could be as low as your waist. It could be right under your armpits. Send the breath there. Feel it expand. There's room in the ribs to expand exactly for this purpose. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel your ribs start to contract. The muscles between your ribs, the intercostal muscles, they will tighten. And you might feel a tightening around your belly, really quite high up, sort of higher abdomen area. Breathe in. And breathe out. You might feel your waist contracting, almost like you've got a big elastic belt sort of squeezing in a little. One more like that. Well done. Right, now in this position, let's do, I'm trying to think where we're going to go next. Let's go pelvic tilt first. In fact, let's go pelvic tilt into a bridge. So I'm sliding whatever's under my head away for this one. And you can see just walk my legs in closer because I know we're going to be lifting up, but not yet. Right, hands on the belly. This time the breath isn't going where our hands are. Breath is going up here, but we want to feel that tipping sensation as we breathe out. You'll feel it through your hands. So breathe into your chest area, 360 degrees. And as you breathe out, think of your belly sinking down right in this center here, this crease. And you can see my bum is just starting to, not quite lift, just scoop up a little, but it stays soft. Pubic bone comes upwards. And then let everything go down. And you might even feel a little bit of space behind your back. Breath in to the ribs. 360 degrees, stretch all those muscles. And breath out, think of your pubic bone coming towards your nose. You might feel your back lowering, even pressing down into the floor. And there's a tenseness and a sort of scooping. And I say scooping, imagine ice cream being scooped out. That is the scooping sensation. And relax, ease it off. Have a little wiggle if you want. One more. Now this time, that's my pelvic tilt. And now I'm going to just lift it a little higher until I feel my hip bones just starting to lift. And now lift them. Lift your hip bones higher and feel your back peel off the floor. We haven't even got our arms down. Doesn't matter, it's all good. But if I touch my bum, it's still soft. It's still got the jiggles and the wiggles. And then melt your spine down from somewhere higher up. Mine's just a bit lower than my shoulder blades. Down, down, gently lowering until you're all the way. Oh, then you can have a little shimmy. Breath in. Those ribs expand. We'll start with the pelvic tilt, that sinking sensation. You can see my top sort of creasing up here. Going to place the arms lightly down, not going to press through them. Press through your feet. Feel your bum come up. Now lift your hips. Maybe you go a little higher. The knees go forwards, they don't go out. So just keep them going forwards. Just hold that there. You can take another breath. And as you breathe out, think of your spine right down the center, starting from wherever it is on the floor. And the next bit joins it. The next vertebrae, the next vertebrae, the next vertebrae, all the way down. And then we get to the bottom. We're going to celebrate with our arms out of the side in a T shape. And let your legs have a sway. Really soft, not pushing anything. Just letting the knees go gently one way, gently the other. And then if you want to make it a little stronger, you could use your feet. So if I pushed in my right foot, I can push over to the left more. And then if I pushed in my left foot, I can push over to the right more. But my shoulders are staying down. We're going for a waist and hip area. That's the area that's rotating. Bring it back to the center. Right, now we're going to do something with our arms. So let's have our arms going up, and let's have a little reach upwards. Reach one up and down, and the other up and down. Now you can see the arm shape doesn't change. Here my fingers, palms are facing each other. It's my shoulder coming off the floor. And then it goes back down again, alternating. And if you want a little bit more challenge, take one leg up to tabletop. I'm going to bring my other leg a bit more forwards. And you can see it's a bit more challenging now because you've got some effort keeping that leg up. We can try the other leg. We could also reach across like we did before. I'm going to reach over to one side with my right arm. The other arm's just holding there, waiting its turn. Come back to the center and then take the arms over to the other side. So now I can feel my left shoulder blade off the floor, and I'm going to reach across a bit more. Then take the leg down, arms to the center, take them down. We'll give them a little backstroke, forwards and backwards as far as they want to go. Now, as it's warm, I can feel my range of movement actually bigger today, and you might find that too. My cushion's just getting in the way. And then bring both arms down. We're going to roll onto our sides. So, you want some support under your head if it feels it needs it. Some people do. I definitely do sometimes. I like, oh yeah, two, sort of just getting it just right. So this bottom arm, I like mine straight. You might like yours sort of folded up, or you might have no cushions. Now let's have a straight body just for a moment, just to get ourselves really long. And it definitely feels like I'm about to wobble over. Now bend both legs so that your knees come forwards and make your legs into a triangle. Your feet and the back of your bottom here and your shoulders and head in line. Now we can rest the bottom leg downwards, this top leg. I'd like you to extend it so it looks like it's diagonally forwards, like you've just kicked a football. I flex the foot a little so you can see my toes towards my knee. Now take this leg, and it's long. And the rest of our body in this long vertical line. We can take it forwards over the other leg. Press this leg down though, and now take it in this vertical line. One more time like that. And hold it there. You can have your hand on your hip. Just keep this space here. I don't want this to sort of collapse. Keep it long. If you need to rest, bend it and rest it. But if you can hold it here, we're just going to hold it. And then we're going to take our arm, reach forwards, and this leg, now lengthen the foot, reach back a little, and then bring your arm, it could be down to the side or holding the mat. This time, oh, my toe's just getting crampy. The foot's long. Reach the leg back, reach the arm forwards. Diagonal stretch. Oh, I've just found I can reach back a bit more. And then bring them back. could be here, could be here. One more. Reach away diagonally. Reach that leg away diagonally. It's hovering off the floor. And then bring it back. You might even want it up towards your chest. Just give it a little rub. Then we're going to lie on our back again. So you can use your cushion to support your head. And back to that hip twist. Gentle spine twist like we did before. Either keeping it soft or using your feet to push over a little bit more. Keep your shoulders down. And now we're going to go on our other side. So you might roll away like that. I'm going to move myself so I'm at the other end of the mat. And this side might be different. You might have things going on with your shoulders. You might need different cushion arrangement. Might need cushions under your hips. I'm all about my neck. My hips are okay, but for some people, it's all about the hips. They're like a pillow under the hips. So we'll sort out the head first. Long line with the legs. You can see mine searching for that straightness, and my hand's definitely here because without it, I just sort of roll over. And I want that wobble because then I know I'm really in line. I'm not leaning forwards or leaning back. I'm right on the side. Now bend the knees so they come forwards. They point forwards and your feet stay in line with your bum, back, shoulders and head. Then you might need a little hand propping you and holding you there. Flex the feet so the toes come towards your knees. Press the bottom leg down. And we're going to extend the top leg so it's like the thighs are stuck together. And then we're going to take that leg back until our body's in one long straight line. If you like, and you're not wobbling with the arm away, you could lift an arm up or even over your head like that if that's comfortable. We're going to take this leg forwards till it's in line with the thigh and then back in a straight line. Straight all down the body. Press this bottom leg into the mat right along the edge. One more. We can hold that place. You can lift your arm up. Maybe here is a nice place to stay. If you really want to, you could take it here. I'm going to go for up, just holding it there. And remember, we're going to take a rest, take a moment. Nearly done. Lengthen that leg again. This time, lengthen the foot too. Right, we're going to reach an arm forward. See that diagonal lean? And now the leg wants to go back and join it and make a long line. Now I'm trying not to dip and fall onto my chest. They're both hovering off the floor. And then we'll bring it back to the center and you could take a break in between. This side feels a bit achier. For me, maybe because it was pressing into the floor before. Right, let's lengthen it. Lengthen the arm forwards, lengthen the back. This diagonal reach, hovering off the floor, and then taking it back. One more. Oh, a little bit of wobble. And then you're done. Bring that knee in, give anything that needs a rub, a rub. And we're going to push ourselves up to seated just to finish. And you could sit up on your cushions if you wanted. And I've got my legs forwards, but I don't mind what you do with your legs, wherever they're comfortable. We're going to use our legs for a little bit of rotation. If you've got your legs forwards like this, you could have one bent and the other straight. We're going to put our hand to the opposite knee. Grow tall first. And then I want you to turn a bit like a corkscrew in a bottle. Just turn to the side. Now, if you've got osteoporosis, it's a small turn. You don't want a lot of rotation. You just want to keep a small amount of rotation in your spine. If you haven't and it's comfortable too, take it around further. Try and breathe whilst you're here. And as you breathe out, come back to the center. Slide and swap the legs over. opposite hand onto this leg. Grow tall first. Don't forget that with a rotation. And then it could be a small rotation. So I've just turned a little way. If you like, you can hold onto this knee, keep the leg firm, and rotate a little further round. Find your place, hold it, breath in. And then unfurl yourself back to the center. Oh, we are done. Palms out to the side, scoop up the air. Bring your hands to touch, hands to your chest. Give yourself a clap. Well done. I hope you took it gently. Oh, I think we need a drink to finish that one off. I'm here twice next week. So you can catch me on Tuesday. It's either 2 or 2:30. I can't remember. But it's for a bit of a special. It's 10 minutes. It's Olympic themed. And we're going to be doing a bit of bow and arrow. Namaste, by the way, Irene. So a bow and arrow move like this. And you might even do it with a stretchy band, or a pair of tights would work. So if you want to join me on Tuesday, the timetable's coming up on the Village Hall website and the Facebook page. They tend to put the Monday, they put a post up with the whole week's programs on. You'll see other people's stuff coming up. There's been craft things, movement things, all sorts of different things to celebrate the Olympics. Enjoy watching the Olympics too. Right, I shall see you next week. Bye-bye. Catch you soon.